Hey guys, how's it going? Penny's here, and today we're just going to do a little review of the February trip. I went on February the 6th, which was a Sunday. Was supposed to fly out at 8. Lots of delays, and I was really late getting into Vegas. I think I got to the hotel just around 1 a.m., somewhere in there. And so I stayed at the Four Queens. Good spot. Always enjoy it. I had a room that was like right on Fremont though, so it was pretty loud till a little after 2 a.m. But all was good. And yeah, I flew with Swoop. The airfare cost $145 round trip Canadian, all taxes in, amazing price. And I used a $50 credit from Vegas.com to get the Four Queens room for like $6 or $7, no resort fees. So that was really, really good. Just go and grab a drink here. Just some orange juice. And yeah, so that was basically my very first day in Vegas. I didn't do any gambling. I think the only thing I spent some money on was a fountain pop that I grabbed at the Subway. It was like $4 or something like that, crazy. So that was the first day. I was able to sleep for 3 or 4 hours, got up early, and headed over to the El Cortez. And I have this buddy on Twitter. His name is Viva Los Values. And I'll throw out his Twitter on here, so be sure to hit him up. He discovered this deal a few months back, and it's tremendous. So what happens is, when you fly into Vegas, domestic, international, doesn't matter the airlines, if you go to El Cortez within the first 24 hours, you can get this deal. I believe, what is it? $10 in free play you get a free complimentary drink, and you also get a it's either a $10 or a $25 match play. I think it's actually $25 match play. So I hit up El Cortez, I did some of the free play, and then I got the free drink. Unfortunately, I planned on returning later on to El Cortez, and it just didn't happen. So unfortunately, I didn't get to use the match play, but I did use my free play. Very successful. Turned like the $10 free play into, I think, close to $25. So that was awesome. And grabbed a Budweiser at the bar. From there, headed back down towards Fremont Street. Grabbed, let's see, what did I have for breakfast? I had some White Castle. And I know people like to rip people when they have White Castle in Vegas, but we don't have that in Canada, right? So it's always pretty cool to grab some White Castle, and that was my breakfast. Then I went upstairs at the Four Queens, grabbed all my luggage and all my shit, and I headed over to, where was I going next? Oh, I was going to the MGM Grand, that's right. So I headed on over to the MGM Grand, grabbed an Uber, and I was on my way. Okay, and then from there, I don't believe I had any lunch. I checked in at the MGM Grand. The hotel room, kind of iffy. Matt Bridger actually had warned me in advance about these West Wing rooms, how they weren't very nice, and they were kind of gloomy because there was one little window in them, and it wasn't very big. So I did the room review on that. You can find that on the penniesforvegas.com, and yeah, it was okay. I probably would not stay there again. I had some real issues with trying to get a medical fridge for my diabetes. And the room's window is pretty tiny. But the room itself is really nice. But for those two things, I kind of I don't think I'll be back at the MGM Grand. There's just so many other nice properties you can really stay at. From there, I went for the dinner buffet around 4 o'clock. That I was disappointed in that. You know, a bunch of people have done videos on it lately saying how bad it is. I believe I had it in October and really enjoyed it, but not this time. It was not so good. Like I said, I had it around between 3:30 and 4 o'clock, and yeah, just wasn't so good. So from there, I went over to the Times Square bar. I grabbed actually, I think I placed a sports bet wager over there. I forget what it was, but I know I won it. I think it was on the Raptors. Then I went to the rewards booth, got the $50 credit for the Times Square bar, and I headed over to the Times Square bar, and boy, I had a good time, guys. $50 credit during happy hour. So you want to go between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., and the drinks were flowing. First off, I got a bucket of Budweisers. So that's $25 of my credit for 5 beers. And then after that, I'm trying to remember what I had. I'm not really recalling what I spent the rest on, but definitely it's all in the old vlogs, so you can go back and check out day number 2. From there, I was having such a good time over at the Times Square bar, I didn't want to leave. So I was late getting to my show at the Luxor to see Carrot Top, and what a great comedian this guy is, man. I loved it. Definitely will go back. I had no interest at all ever going to see Carrot Top. You know, I guess I didn't know why people like this guy so much, but he was fucking hilarious, and it was a real good time. All right, so now we're on to day number 3, and this was actually a really, really fun day. Looking back on it, thinking about it, and had a really good time. Okay, so in the morning I got up and headed on over to the Excalibur, and I played that old game, what is it? Dance Jackpot Party or something? Something along those lines. Had some nice wins on that. Then I headed over to the Mandalay Bay, and they have a cafe over there. I think it's the Breeze Cafe or something along those lines. Anyways, it's outstanding, and so you go over there, and they have this deal where you can get a Bloody Mary for $15, or you pay $17, and it's bottomless, all you can drink. So I did that up, and wow. I believe I had 4 drinks. The first drink, it comes with everything. You've got chicken wings on this bad boy, all kinds of different deep fried things, really good. So I had that, and then I got 3 more additional ones. So by the time I drank 4 of these, I was done. Needed to go back to the room and rest up. So I skipped lunch on this day, and I just went back to the room for a few hours and rested up. Okay, guys, so then it was on time to meet Anastas over at the Wynn. So I grabbed an Uber, headed down there, met up with Anastas. We had the Wynn buffet, all comped through the Wynn Slots app. A lot of changes since then with the Wynn Slots app, so definitely isn't free anymore, but still a pretty good deal in my opinion. Okay, so we each had the Wynn buffet, then we grabbed a Uber over to the Tuscany, and Anastas actually was kind enough. He paid for this Groupon for us, and we had a couple giant pina coladas. I think they were 32 ounces each. Very good. We wanted to do some filming over there, but they wouldn't permit it, which kind of sucked. So we bounced out of there pretty quick, and we headed on over to the old Hooters, now called Oyo. They have a special deal when the Golden Knights are playing a game. So they've got $5 bucket of beers at the bar in the back there, and I think it's called the Underground. It was a pretty cool spot. So we went there. You're getting a bottle of Budweiser for $1. Really good deal. And we did some filming for some future videos, and so that was all very cool. Then we met up with Tamara and Gord from Vegas Best Ideas. Neon dropped in, Neon Vacation. He's got a YouTube channel, so hit him up as well. Also, obviously, hit up Tamara and Gord at Vegas Best Ideas. And, of course, while I'm mentioning it, you got to hit up Anastas. It's Anastas617. All really cool people. And Anastas and I had a really good time on this trip. So we hung out for a while at the Underground there at Oyo. And then everyone else kind of bailed on us. So we headed on over to the Luxor. We walked from Hooters down to the Luxor. And we grabbed some more drinks. Main reason we want to go over there, there's this chick on Twitter, Lydia, and she is a electronic violinist / DJ / whatever else. She's really entertaining. We had a good time over there. I think we left there around 3 a.m. maybe. We met some more people. It was a fun night. We had a really good time. So that pretty much wraps up day number 3. Okay, guys, we're heading into day number 4 now. I checked out of the MGM Grand. It was decent. Like I said before, I don't think I will return there, just because there's better options on the strip. But it was decent. I got the room through my Vegas, so it was comped. I just had to pay the resort fee, which I think was like $84. So I grabbed an Uber and I headed back downtown. Checked in over at Binions, but I quickly learned that my room wouldn't be ready till like 1 or 2 p.m. So from there, I headed down to the Binions bar, got a few free drinks through the Binions app, and then I headed over to the D, hit up McDonald's for lunch. It was pretty good, not too bad. And from there, let's see, I went back to Binions. I was able to get my room. And these rooms, God, not a big fan of these rooms. It's just a really creepy place. I wouldn't say haunted, but definitely creepy. And I don't think I will be staying there again. Another issue I had was the air conditioning was blowing hot air for the 2 days I was there, and so I couldn't use the air conditioning. It was kind of warm in the rooms. The window doesn't open, and yeah, definitely wouldn't want to be stuck in one of these rooms or in June or July, that's for sure. Okay, so then I headed on down to Banger Brewing, and I met up with my bro, the beer store dude, and this guy knows everything about craft beer. He claims he's not an expert. He claims he's an enthusiast, right? But he really knows a lot about this sort of stuff. So it was cool hanging out with him for a little bit. We got the group on for Banger Brewing. That was definitely very nice. And we filmed 3 episodes of the craft beer series. So you can check those out on my YouTube. And then from there, we headed on over to 4 Queens and hit up the Chicago Brewing, had a drink there, moved on over to 777's at Main Street Station, but it was just too packed. And I think Beer Store Dude, he was tired from a day of traveling and everything, so I think he headed back to his hotel at the downtown Grand, and I made my way on over to Golden Gate. That's right. Hit up the Golden Gate, and it's pretty cool. I liked the atmosphere in that casino. I really do. So I played some slots there. Didn't really have much success. I hit some cool bonuses on some games, but really nothing to write home about. So honestly, that was pretty much day 4. It was more a relaxing day, chilling out. On to day number 5, still staying over at Binions and having a lot of fun. This trip was one of my most favorite trips I've ever taken to Las Vegas. Just had a blast. So I got up around 9 a.m., grabbed some beers, and headed down Fremont Street. Made my way to the plaza where I was meeting the CEO, Jonathan, and he gave me a complete walkthrough of the plaza, as well as we did a Q&A session at the end of things. A lot of fun and very nice of him to take some time out for me on this trip. Okay, from there, I got a message from Anastas that he was over at downtown Grand hitting up the happy hour. The happy hour at Freedom Beat. It runs from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. or 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. I've read for a while now about these cheese curds they have over there, and I always wanted to try them, so I ordered that, and very good, and I definitely think I will be heading back there on this trip. From there, we decided to both head over to the D because we had some free play we had to use. So we went over there, did the free play. I think I won $2 or $3. I think he won quite a bit more. So that definitely was beneficial. And then we both decided to make a future sports wager on the NBA championship. He laid $10 down on the Celtics. I believe he got that at 20-1 to win the championship. And I bet the Raptors at 30-1, also $10. So that'll pay out like $310 when they win the championship. So pretty confident in that. No, not really, but hopefully one of us can win this wager. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, so from there we headed over to Binions. And if you guys aren't on the Binions app, get on it. Now that the Wynn is pretty much dead, you really should consider playing the Four Queens and Binions app. You don't have to invest any money, and it's easy to get prizes and rewards. I pretty much just use it for the free drinks. A lot of people will bash me and say, oh, you can get free drinks anywhere in Vegas. Why are you wasting your time on these free drinks? Well, because sometimes it's just cool to sit at a bar and not have to worry about gambling. So I like to do that. So we each grabbed a bunch of free drinks. I think he was on the beer and I was on the Caesars. From there, I told Anastas I was going to be going for a nap. So I went upstairs at Binions, took a quick hour nap before the group poll. Made my way over to the plaza. And I just want to thank everyone that came out to the group poll. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, Anastas was there. One Vegas Dave on Twitter was there. Let's see, who else did we have? I just completely went blank on who I just thanked. I know I thanked Vegas Dave for showing up. I know Anastas was there. Vegas Best Ideas was there. And everyone else that came out, thank you very much. So the group poll got off to a flying start. I was on fire. I think on my bonus I hit like $250. So we were way up. We each invested $60. And at the end of the day, we each got $50 back. So we were down $10 each. But hey, really? Is it really that bad? That's actually pretty good. So after that, one Vegas Dave and Anastas and myself, we all decided to head over to Binions and check out this Whiskey Liquor Up. We've heard so much about this place. So we headed over there, had a few drinks, waited for a spot to open up along the bar, where the moving bar. So that was pretty cool. And once we got down there, we had a few more drinks. And then I went through my coupon book and I found a coupon for 2-for-1 entrees. So Vegas Dave and we each had some chicken wings. And I wasn't paying attention when he placed the order, but he ordered medium. Well, I always go mild, you know. And wow, those bad boys were hot. But again, it was a lot of fun. And shortly after that, Dave left the group. So it was just me and Anastas. We hit up the D for some gambling. I think we were low rolling on Texas Tea for a little bit. And then we went back to Binions, grabbed a few more drinks at the bar through the app. And that pretty much wrapped up day number 5. All right, guys, we're now on to day number 6. And it's moving day, moving from Binions over to the Wynn. I'm very excited about this. But before I did any of that, I went downstairs in the morning, did a little bit of gambling, played some Keno, and played some other slots down there before grabbing my luggage and grabbing an Uber all the way over to the Wynn. Once I got to the Wynn, I was able to check in right away, and I just love this resort. This resort is awesome. With all the changes to the Wynn Slots app, my days are numbered with being able to stay there anymore, so really looking forward to this next trip, March 15th to the 22nd, where I will be spending a few days back at the Wynn. Okay, so after checking into the Wynn and checking out my hotel room, I went down to the buffet. Very good as always. Love the Wynn buffet, and love the fact that you can get free meals through the app still for that. From there, went down to headed down to the Cromwell and had some really nice drinks down there. Caesars, really good, guys. If you're in Vegas, I think it's Sunday to Friday night, from 9 in the morning until 8 o'clock at night. They got $2 vodka drinks. And so I always load up on these. Like when I can get a Caesar for $2 or $3 in Vegas, that's an absolute steal. And yeah, you can get comp drinks at the machines, but when it comes to a drink like a Caesar, they really half-ass it when it's a comp drink. But when you actually go in and buy the drink, they'll salt the rim, they'll add the olives. It's just fabulous. So definitely, there's a huge difference between getting a Bloody Mary and a Caesar at a bar, or getting it, you know, a comp drink from your cocktail waitress. Okay, so from there, I headed outside. Vegas Best Ideas put together a last-minute group poll at the Cosmopolitan. So I headed over there, and we did that up. It wasn't going so good at all. Like, the group poll was not doing well at all. And but one of the ladies that was in it got really hot, and we ended up making a bunch of money on the group poll. I can't remember offhand how much we each walked away with. But as I said, it was really cool. And you can go back in the vlogs and check out to see exactly how much we won on that. As I said, it was put together by Gordon Tamara. Great job, guys. Fantastic. And Anastas was there again and had a lot of fun. So after that, I wasn't sure what we were going to do, but they all wanted to hit up this noodle place. And so we headed on over there. It was interesting. I wasn't in the mood to eat because I was still full from my Wynn buffet. And I'm not sure, you know, I'm kind of picky on food. So I wasn't sure if it would be something I would like 100%. So I just sat there while they ate and had a bunch of Japanese beers that are made in Canada. So that was kind of fun. And then from there, we headed on over to Stage Door. And this is something that Anastas and I talked about wanting to do, but we weren't sure if we were going to have time. And then Gord brought it up and said, well, why don't we try this? He didn't know nothing about the $1 Budweisers either, which is awesome. But once we got there, I think Tamara said we were there for 4 or 5 hours. That's insane. So the beers were flowing, and we just had a great time. Loved my experience there. We had so much fun, and Nastus was, oh man, you know that guy. He was causing trouble. Gord was hilarious, and Tamara was a lot of fun too. So a really cool group of 4 people hanging out at Stage Door. And want to thank John from Stage Door. He gave us a bucket of Budweisers. You know what? Bucket of Budweisers, 6 Budweisers comes out to what, $6? But it's the thought that counts. You know, that was really cool of him. So appreciate that, John. Okay, and that pretty much wraps up the day. But I think this might have been my best day ever in Las Vegas. Thanks to Vegas Best Ideas and Anastas. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Okay, we're on to the final day. We're talking day 7. And after the night before, I got a little drunk. I'm not going to lie. So I spent most of the morning in bed into the afternoon, just chilling out at the Wynn. I went down for lunch, grabbed a buffet, had a little bit to eat. Nothing too major there because I wasn't really that hungry. Went back up to the room. And around 4 or 5 o'clock at night, after just watching TV and being lazy, I decided, you know what, I gotta get out there. I gotta hit Vegas up. It's the final night. So I went downstairs, walked the strip, and made my way over to the Cromwell. And I hit up the Cromwell hard. I think I had 6 Caesars. And it was a lot of fun. There was a band playing. Loved just the feel of the interlude lounge at the Cromwell. It's my go-to spot. It's my favorite Vegas bar to hit. Although Stage Door after the night before, that might be pushing up to number 1. We had a lot of fun there. So anyways, at the Cromwell, I did that, and then I decided, you know what? I had so much fun at Stage Door the night before, I decided to head back on over there. So I was there for maybe 2 or 3 Budweisers, and then I decided, you know what? I'm starving. So I headed back to Harrah's, and I noticed at Harrah's when I was walking by, this new pizza place, I think it's called Pizza Cake, is open. So I decided, you know what? I gotta go in there and check out this pizza. So I got a regular pepperoni slice of pizza, but the really cool thing is they drizzled blue cheese dressing all over it. It looked really cool, and it was really good. I think it was like $9 for the pizza, or $8. So definitely didn't want to have another one because it's so expensive, but I was still starving. So I headed across the road to Mirage, walked into Mirage, and I had plans to hit up a couple bars at the Mirage, but I was just more hungry than anything. So I grabbed, I went to the new place. It's El Diablo's, I believe, and I ordered some chicken wings there, and they were excellent as well. I had a lot of chicken wings on this trip, but they were really good. But so hot. Oh my God, they were hot. So that pretty much wrapped up the night. From there, I decided to head back to the room. Made a stop at Walgreens, grabbed some Doritos. Gotta end up, because this was absolutely a Dorito night. And went back to the room, had the Doritos, and shortly after that, I crashed. The next day, flew home from Las Vegas. And that pretty much wraps up the review of this trip. Hope you enjoyed the video. And just a reminder, this Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, Buffet Princess and I will be doing a live stream. So definitely join us for that. It's the day before we fly out to Las Vegas, so we'll be talking a lot about Las Vegas, a lot about our upcoming trip. So many great people we're going to meet there. The nerds are going to be there. Hog and 2 Cent, and Nastus, Cinnamon. I could go on and on. I know Beer Store Dude's going to be out there. Just so many people. The Pod Tunes guy's going to be there. Awesome. Ace of Vegas is going to be there. 530 Ace is coming later in the week. Charlotte and Lori are going to be at the tail end of that trip. So, and of course, the Vlogfather, guys. The Vlogfather. Matt Bridger is going to be there too. So we'll be talking about this all on Saturday. Our flight is Sunday night. And super excited for this trip. Okay, guys. Please like, comment, and always subscribe. Later, guys.